And I know if he's like, oh, like they're gonna go crazy right here, but at the end of the day, I've proved them wrong before. At the end of the day, you guys could pull up the picture of me, how I look for a tank fight and how I look for.
Joe Rogan couldn't believe his eyes. Ryan Garcia, the exciting boxer with knockout power, had just beaten the unbeatable Devin Haney in a surprising upset. Rogan, who'd talked about the fight for weeks on his podcast, jumped on the mic right away. "Wow! Did anyone expect that?" he yelled, surprised and excited. "Garcia, the underdog, went in there and totally messed up Haney's plan. This is a fight we'll be talking about for a long time." Rogan admitted he was wrong before the fight. "Man, I totally picked the wrong guy." But big credit to Garcia. He was focused, determined, and proved everyone who doubted him wrong. He laughed. "Remember all those jokes about him partying before his last fight? This is the Ryan Garcia we've all been waiting for." The fight itself was super close. Rogan went over some key moments, impressed by what he saw. That left hook in the 7th round. I thought it was over for Haney, but somehow he fought back really hard. That's what champions do, everyone. Rogan took a moment to appreciate Haney's toughness. Then Rogan talked about the strategies each fighter used. Garcia did exactly what we thought he should do. He kept Haney close, moved around him to get good angles, and his punches were super fast. Haney's jab, which is usually his best weapon, just wasn't enough this time. Rogan shook his head. Garcia had his way tonight.
Fight, David.
To be honest with you, I thought it was a really good performance by Ryan. I was going for Devin Haney. Devin Haney is, he's my brother, man. So I love that dude. I was going for him, but I was really shocked with Ryan Garcia did. He has a tremendous heart, and he'll be back stronger.
There was a bit of a debate about a point that was taken away from Garcia later in the fight. Rogan showed the replay and explained why it was a close call. Yeah, that was a tough decision. There's an argument for both sides, but in the end, Garcia did enough to win even without that point. It just makes the fight even more exciting, right? When the final scores were announced, a close decision in Garcia's favor, Rogan went crazy. There you have it, the upset of the year. This is why boxing is so great. Two young fighters going all out for the win. Garcia, the underdog, the people's champ, wins it all. Rogan talked to other experts after the fight to get their opinions, but he kept coming back to how Garcia had changed. "This fight is a big deal for Garcia," he said. "He's always had the talent, the power to knock people out. But tonight, he showed he can be mature and disciplined. He listened to his coaches, stuck to the plan, and it worked perfectly." Rogan, a huge boxing fan, was already thinking about what would happen next. "This would be an amazing rematch," he said. "Haney will come back stronger, with a new plan. But Garcia has tasted victory now. This fight between them is just the beginning, everyone. Get ready." While Joe Rogan hasn't directly accused Ryan Garcia of drug use, he did raise some eyebrows with his commentary. Rogan acknowledged Garcia's past struggles with focus and pre-fight partying, contrasting it with his laser-sharp performance against Haney. "This is the focused Garcia we've all been waiting for," Rogan said. "Maybe something's finally clicked for him." The suggestive tone, along with Rogan's well-known interest in the science of performance enhancement, led some to believe he was implying a possible explanation for Garcia's newfound discipline. It's important to remember, however, that this is purely speculation based on Rogan's comments, and there's no evidence to support any claims of drug use. Based on what the majority of sports fanatics and the analysts are saying, there could be a possible lawsuit against Ryan Garcia after his horrific attitude during the weigh-ins and the conferences.
Hey, for Ryan's last fight, he was originally scheduled to fight Fortuna at 135. Ryan wanted to fight at 135, but Fortuna wanted to fight at 140. So why do you think Ryan wants to fight you at a higher and heavier weight, but not Fortuna?
I think he just wanted to fight. I think he wanted to just be lazy and not train as hard. When he fight at 35, he actually got to work to make the weight. So I think he was just trying to be lazy, and then also probably think he got a better advantage at 140.
Yeah, you and Ryan are both.
Gervonta Davis, known for his knockout power and rivalry with Ryan Garcia, couldn't stay silent after Garcia's upset win over Devin Haney. While not exactly thrilled, Davis acknowledged Garcia's performance in a recent interview. "All right, I gotta give it to him," Davis said with a hint of grudging respect. Ryan looked sharp out there, focused, listened to his coaches, which is something. He trailed off, a playful jab aimed at Garcia's past reputation. Davis, ever the strategist, offered his analysis. He did what he needed to do. Cut off the ring, used his footwork to create openings. And those punches? Fast as lightning. Haney's jab, usually so good, just wasn't enough this time. A mischievous grin spread across Davis's face. Although, he continued, that point deduction in the later rounds, kinda lucky for him, wouldn't you say? This comment, dripping with a playful competitor's spirit, was sure to spark some debate amongst boxing fans.
No, but people didn't know, like, he actually can hit, like, when his punches was, like hard.
You felt it?
Yes.
Was he the strongest punch you think you ever felt?
Fact.
Despite the playful barbs, Davis acknowledged the fight's significance. This win changes things for Garcia, he admitted. He's no longer just the flashy showman. He's a threat now, a real contender in the division. The question everyone wanted answered hung in the air. Would this pave the way for a long-awaited fight between Davis and Garcia? Davis smirked. Hey, if the money's right... He left the sentence hanging, sparking a frenzy of online speculation. One thing was clear. Gervonta Davis, while not Garcia's biggest fan, recognized the rising star's talent and the potential for a future fight that would send shockwaves through the boxing world. Devin Haney was not happy after his surprising loss to Ryan Garcia. In the post-fight press conference, his frustration was evident as he addressed the issue of Garcia's weight. Honestly, it feels like I was fighting two guys out there, Haney stated, his voice laced with bitterness. Garcia stepping on the scale way over the weight limit, that's a big advantage for him. Boxing matches have weight classes for a reason, ensuring a fair fight between competitors of similar size.
And it's kind of a tough predicament because we all picked against Ryan. So when he wins, it's like you don't want to bring it up to the point where you're, hating or taking away credit. But look at you, for example. You missed weight by less than 3 pounds, and they're still talking shit about what you did years ago. What do you think is fair to where we're giving Ryan his proper credit, but we're also pointing out the weight thing?
So, I feel like, the weight thing, it definitely is, 3 extra pounds. Those 3 extra pounds, when it comes down to that, those last pounds that you got to lose, those 3 extra pounds really do come in a lot, especially, they help a lot. And especially since there wasn't no rehydration clause, he definitely was heavier, but like I said, you can't.
Haney elaborated on his concerns. 10 pounds is a lot, especially in this weight class. It gives him more power, more stamina. It's tough to adjust to that kind of difference in the ring on short notice. He shook his head. Don't get me wrong. I take full responsibility for my performance. But let's call a spade a spade. Coming in that overweight shouldn't be allowed. Some reporters pointed out that Garcia eventually made the weight limit during the official weigh-in. Haney countered that argument. Sure, he made weight eventually, he conceded, but what about the advantage he gained by being so heavy during training? He gets stronger, builds more muscle, then cuts down quickly. That's not fair.
Match. Devon is still the WBC champion. He couldn't lose the belt because Ryan was overweight. He did.
Bill despite the weight controversy, Haney remained respectful towards Garcia's skills. He's a talented fighter, there's no doubt about that, Haney admitted. But moving forward, these weight limits need to be enforced more strictly. It's about safety and fairness for all fighters. Haney then hinted at a future rematch. I want that rematch, he declared, his voice regaining some fire. This time, under stricter rules. Let's see what happens when the playing field is even. One thing was certain, Devin Haney wasn't going to let this loss define him. He believed in his abilities and planned to come back stronger, ensuring a future fight with Garcia would be a true test of skill, not weight. This time, it wasn't about Garcia's flashy showmanship or Haney's technical prowess. It was about a legal threat. This isn't over, Haney declared in a scathing interview. Garcia coming in overweight for training camp, then cutting weight for the weigh-in. That's a blatant attempt to gain an unfair advantage. My team is exploring all legal options, including a lawsuit. His voice simmered with anger. This isn't boxing, it's cheating. Haney's comments sent shockwaves through the sport. While some fans sympathized with his frustration, others questioned the validity of his claims. After all, Garcia had officially made weight for the fight. Meanwhile, across town, Ryan Garcia was having none of it. Responding to Haney's accusations through a social media post, Garcia unleashed a barrage of his own. "A lawsuit? Seriously, Devin?" Garcia wrote, his tone dripping with sarcasm. "You lost fair and square. Maybe instead of wasting time with lawyers, you should spend some time in the gym figuring out how to actually win a fight." He punctuated his post with a string of laughing emojis, clearly aiming to get under Haney's skin. The back and forth continued, fueling the fire of the boxing world. Haney, in a follow-up interview, doubled down on his claims. "It's not about sore loser mentality," he asserted. "It's about protecting the integrity of the sport. Fighters work incredibly hard to make weight, and then someone comes in with a built-in advantage? That's wrong." He pointed to the previous rounds of training, where Garcia would have had a significant size advantage. Those extra pounds make a difference in power, in stamina. There's no way it didn't affect the fight.
You have to be both. I just beat a pound-for-pound guy. That
Single-handedly.
They said he was pound for pound. He was also undisputed.
Yep.
He never been defeated. And I demolished him. It wasn't even close. The 112-12 judge should be fine.
Garcia, ever the showman, reveled in the attention. He posted a training video showcasing his dedication and hard work. "This is what real training looks like, Devin," he captioned the video. "Not whining about lawsuits on social media." The comment section exploded, with fans divided between those supporting Garcia's brash confidence and those who felt Haney had a legitimate point. Amidst the online war, boxing analysts offered their perspectives. Some argued that the official weigh-in was the only thing that mattered, and Garcia had complied with that. Others, however, acknowledged the potential benefits of carrying extra weight during training and then cutting down quickly. The debate highlighted a potential loophole in boxing regulations, a loophole that Haney, it seemed, intended to exploit. The possibility of a lawsuit remained a question mark. Legal experts weighed in, suggesting that Haney's case would be a tough one to win, but the mere threat served its purpose, keeping the fight in the headlines and adding another layer of drama to the already captivating rivalry. The war of words between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia has only just begun. Will it be settled in a courtroom or a rematch in the ring? Hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload, and we'll keep you informed on every press conference, training camp update, and social media spat.